Hi everyone, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day. Real quick one this. In the words of Freddie Mercury, another one bites the dust. That's right. By the looks of it, another target, long-term target of Newcastle United is about to disappear off to another football club. I'm talking about James Trafford, the long sought after James Trafford, goalkeeper Newcastle United have been looking at for years now. 18 months to 2 years from Burnley. It looks like he's heading back to his club that he started at as a youngin, Manchester City. That's all dependent on Manchester City selling a goalkeeper, which probably looks like they're going to. I think Edison looks like he's going to go over to Galatasaray. And what does this mean for Newcastle United? I mean, there's two ways to look at this, right? Number one is if we had to walk away from a goalkeeper deal because A, we have to pay Alexander Isak more money in a contract, and that's going to affect PSR, or B, do we have to go and sign a midfielder and a centre-half and a striker and we don't have the money for the goalkeeper? Or C, are Newcastle United just so utterly shit at transfers these days that they couldn't wrap up a deal that's 18 months in the making? Possibly all of the above, to be fair. The state of Newcastle United's transfer activity right now is absolutely fucking horrific. It really, really is. Not only is it horrific, this is possibly the most important transfer window of the current time in Newcastle United. No first team players for 3 windows. You know, Champions League football for the second time in 3 years. Just off the back of winning a domestic trophy. Newcastle need and want and should be pushing on. And we've signed one addition, and that's Anthony Elanga. Good player, no doubt about it. Enhances the squad, no doubt about it. But every single other target Newcastle United have had on this list has disappeared into the ether. List them off. Liam Delap, gone. João Pedro, gone. Hugo Ekitike, gone. You know, Brian and Burma, if you believe that, gone. Mateus Cunha, gone, if you believe that. This is, honestly, I have no idea who is driving this bus right now, but I'd be getting off at the next fucking stop if I was on it, I tell you that. It's an absolute horrific state of affairs. It really, really is. You know, if Eddie Howe was having to come off his holidays to try and fix this clusterfuck of a transfer committee, you know, and he's trying to balance the team and plan for pre-season friendlies and everything else, I don't know what the hell is going on. I really, really don't. But what I do know is the pressure is massively on Newcastle United right now to get the next 5 weeks of this transfer window right. We need a right-sided centre-half, more than we need a goalkeeper. We need another midfielder to come in to replace Sean Longstaff in this squad. Because I tell you right now, what I saw in some of the fringe players and the likes of Joe White is nowhere near good enough. It really is not. Honestly, Joe White, I think he struggled against Noah Shields and Whitley Bay. No disrespect to them from the player that I saw the other day. Granted, it's the first pre-season game, but everything about him was awful. His touch, his movement, everything was dreadful. He's not made the grade yet. Time to move him on and go and get a player who we can play. We've only got Lewis Miley and Joe Willock to fill in for the midfield 3. And Joe Willock was shit as well against Celtic. And Joe Willock has been shit for a long time. Let's face facts there. This squad is in massive need of enhancement, and it just looks like we can't get a player over the line. It's absolutely unbelievable. There's more chance of Greg Wallace getting a fucking presenter job again than us signing another player at the minute. What on earth is going on, and who's dealing with it? Is it Andy Howe? Is it Steve Nixon? Who the fuck is dealing with these transfer targets? Because they're not doing it properly. If we let James Trafford go after wasting 2 years on this player, that's what pisses me off even more. The time wasted on players, wasting time on Liam Delap and João Pedro. If you were never going to pay the salaries they wanted, then why did you waste the time? Move on to another target. We wasted time on Mark Gahey last summer, and that didn't come to fruition. We've now spent 2 years trying to sign James Trafford, agreed personal terms with the kid for 2 years, and he looks like he's going to Manchester City now because we fucked around so long. The City have got to the point where they're moving a goalkeeper out and they go, oh, hey, we got a buyback clause on that kid. We'll just bring him back in. He's great with his feet. He'll be England's number 1 in the next 2 years. This is an embarrassment for Newcastle United. It really, really is. I'm not losing my shit over one pre-season game before somebody starts giving me shit in the comments about that. It isn't about that. It's about the state of what we're doing this summer. It doesn't matter how much Kool-Aid you've swigged over the last 3 years, right? This ain't good enough. by anybody's standards whatsoever. And it's no wonder the top players like Alexander Isak are probably asking, quite rightly so, what the fuck is going on? There's no new stadium, there's no new training ground. Where's all the new players you promised? Where's my big contract you promised? They'll all be looking around soon going, what the fuck is going on? If we end this transfer window with only one addition, and that's Anthony Elanga, we are nowhere near prepared enough for what's coming over the hill in the next Premier League season. That is a fact. I don't care which part of the hill you stand on. You know, you can wave your flag as loud as you want. Trust the process, tattoos across your chest. I don't give a fuck. You can't disagree that one first-team addition is nowhere near good enough for this squad going into what's coming next season with Premier League, Champions League and domestic cups waiting for us with a wafer-thin squad. It's nowhere near good enough. What are Newcastle going to do in the next 5 weeks? Are you confident they're going to bring a player in? Because you know what? I'm not. I'm really not confident right now. I'm sorry I'm not. You know, I've been trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. I've been trying to think, right, you know, they're working behind the scenes. They're going to bring players in, but they don't seem to be able to piss in a straight line right now when it comes to signing players. Even kids have agreed personal terms for 2 years. You can't get them over the line. You know, now 40 million quid for James Trafford, is it overpriced? Of course it's overpriced. There's no doubt about it, right? But the bottom line is, and Nick Pope was a nice little reminder. Yes, it was a pre-season friendly, but a nice little reminder that he does have, you know, glitches in his game. He is aging out a little bit. He's not the keeper that he once was. Could you let the goalkeeper situation drift on this season? You could do. But the caveat is you have to enhance the other positions. The right-sided centre-half, the striker position, and a midfielder. They're essential. Those three signings right now are essential to this football club. Them, on top of Elanga, is 4 quality additions that improve the first 11. That's what Newcastle United need to be doing right now. If they don't get a goalkeeper, and they don't get a right-sided centre-half, and they don't get a midfielder, and they don't get a fucking striker, then we're in real trouble. Real trouble. I don't know what's going on. Nobody from the club is around to talk. There is no COO. There is no director of football. It's all fallen on the plate of Eddie Howe. And Eddie Howe's great. He's articulate, intelligent, and he talks really well. But he's trying to do everything on his own. And Newcastle need a transfer breakthrough right now. They really, really do. Not just for the fans, but for themselves as well. They need a transfer breakthrough. They need the squad to feel that confidence of a first-team player coming back in to enhance the squad right now. Get some deals done, Newcastle. We're flying over to Singapore, I think, next week, next Thursday, I think it is. And we need to get another deal through the door, or a couple of deals through the door, just to make everyone feel a little bit calmer, a little bit easier. The players, the fans, Eddie Howe as well, going into next season. But at the minute, it just feels like a rudderless boat floating out, banging off rocks, with nobody has got half a clue how to read a compass or a map and figure out how the fuck to get this club back on track. I'm worried. I'm worried for the season ahead. If Newcastle don't pull their finger out their arse, I'm really worried for the season ahead. The wafer-thin squad, how we're going to handle it, what it'll do to the star players, didn't their confidence, what it'll do to the fans' morale, what it'll do to Eddie Howe's morale and thoughts about the future as well. Really, really concerning that the club just don't seem to be able to have anything sorted right now. We need some good news. We need some signings, Newcastle. Come on, get it done. You know what you need to do. But they just don't seem to be able to do it. The James Trafford thing, massively disappointing. Let us know in the comments below what you guys think about this. If Newcastle fucked around too long and just lost this deal, you know, the easiest tap-in they could have made, are you concerned, or do you back the club? Are you confident we're going to get the players in that we need to enhance the squad to have a real good go next season, or are you worried about what the future is going to hold? Let us know in the comments below, guys. Drop a like and subscribe. Keep it evermore. We'll be back with some more content soon, hopefully some more positive content, because this last week has weighed heavy on the shoulders, no doubt about it. A shit transfer window so far, a battering in the first pre-season game, manager looking wound up, star players maybe question the future. We need some good news, and we need it quick. Have a belter. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Heroes celebrate. They have done it.